What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're here with a reaction video to the whole Disney drama with the Snow White movie. So apparently there has been lots of drama surrounding the whole Snow White movie for the last years or whatever the fuck. Months and shit, cause the fucking main actor, Rachel Zegler, which I kinda hate too, honestly, cause she's a fucking, she has an attitude of a fucking bitch, honestly, if I'm being honest with you. There's been a lot of drama cause they're remaking the whole Snow White movie into like a whole, they're not sticking to the original script, they're not sticking to the original cartoon, which is one thing that I hate about Disney and I hate about movies nowadays, like, they don't stick to the original fucking, they don't stick to the books or fucking old movies and stuff like that. Stick to the original. They don't stick to none of that. They think it's gonna work, but it fucking fails completely. And when it fails, they blame the fans for not liking it, when it's their fault for not sticking to the original story. Because it's that easy. If you see, like, most of the time, if you stick to the original story, the original source, everything works out fine. When you don't do that, and you bring in that fucking bullshit woke stuff, or just bullshit in general, like changing the whole script and all that shit, it flops fucking horrendously. So it's just like, it's that easy. Stick to the original script. You're not like that, bro. The original script is what made everybody, all the fans, come into the series, so stick to that. Like, it's that simple, honestly. I really don't get it. But, like, it's like all those companies have such high egos and stuff like that, they just think they can do whatever the fuck they want and just ruin all the stories. Like Star Wars, for example, has been doing bad with the Acolyte series. Now it's the Snow White series, and there's been some other stuff apparently too. But yeah, anyways, let's take a look at this video. Here we go.
And not to mention save the story that literally made Disney the company it is today, in which their first decision was to delay the movie by an entire year and do multiple reshoots and change aspects about the story. But then, after a few months of silence around the movie, Rachel Zegler returned to the spotlight on what many people called a Snow White apology tour, where fans noticed a massive shift in the way she was talking about the movie. And now I know all of this is old news to you guys, but it does lay the foundations for what we have just seen come out in the last couple of days.
She looks goofy as fuck.
Does lay the foundations for what we have just seen come out in the...
Why the fuck is a Latino playing Snow White? Let's even hear about this confusing. Like, why the fuck was the mermaid girl? I forgot Little Mermaid played by a black girl. What the fuck? Is it hard to find a white girl with red hair? Or just a white girl in general when you could dye her hair white? Is it that hard? It's not that fucking hard. You guys are just trying to be fucking extra and shit for no reason. Now we got a fucking Latino who doesn't even look good. Why the fuck does Gal Gadot look better than Snow White herself? What the fuck? It makes no sense.
The last couple of days, because it seems the quote-unquote Save Snow White mission is still in full effect right now, as Rachel Zegler has spoken out on behalf of Disney in a recent interview, where once again it seems they are trying to apologize for changing aspects of the fairy tale, but they do it in a way where they try and give justification for it, and it has once again not gone down well with some fans, because Rachel Zegler said the following in the Weird Disney Apology / Justification interview. It fell back to another version of Snow White, where she survived a snowstorm that occurred when she was a baby, so the king and queen decided to name her Snow White to remind her of her resilience. Now, she is obviously speaking here about the decision to cast a Hispanic person in the role which was previously known as the princess with skin as white as snow, but the justification just seems odd, and it doesn't seem like something that's going to win over any new fans at all, because the people who were fine with the princess princess being race-swapped will obviously still be fine with it, and the people who weren't fine with it will obviously still not be fine with it. But all this justification went on to prove is that they aren't just race-swapping the princess and dropping the line about white skin from the story, but they're actually rewriting the entire story as we know it, which, as we all know, never goes down well with a large portion of—
Exactly, never goes down well. It's just like, why keep trying? It never ends well. Never has.
any fan base, because many people who love a story just don't want to see it changed. And we see this happen time and time again, especially with Disney, when it comes to changes they've made to Star Wars or—
Literally what I just said, literally what I just mentioned in the beginning of the video. They keep changing shit that they don't have to change, and they shouldn't change at all.
to Marvel or many of their various franchises, and it always leads to a lot of backlash, which always hurts the project financially. And so it doesn't seem like something that should have been able to catch Disney by surprise, and that's why their actions here just seem so strange. Because honestly, at this point, it kind of seems like Disney just bring the backlash onto themselves in a way, because they could go and find a new fairy tale to tell, which will allow them to create a new fan base for a brown, black, or Asian princess that won't cause large amounts of backlash. Because I mean, who the heck is going to be angry with Disney for casting a Chinese actor in the role of Mulan? Of course, nobody's going to be mad about that. So if you feel as a company that there aren't enough brown or black princesses, then go out and find new fairy tales to add to the Disney catalog, rather than just creating versions of older fairy tales. Because all a race swap ever achieves is a divided fan base, and regardless what your position on that divide is, we all know that division isn't a good thing. Because movies can be a place to bring us all together, despite our difference of opinion, thought, or background, so it is kind of getting tiring to see more and more race swaps as opposed to new fairy tales. Because if a lack of diversity is an issue, then you can fix that without dividing the fan base by adding to your story catalog and character catalog rather than changing it. Not to mention the fact that when you take a look at an actor like Halle Bailey, who always came across as a nice young lady who was just blown away by the opportunity to be a Disney princess, and of course accepted the role because the money would have been life-changing for not just her, but probably future generations as well. But then as a result of Disney deciding to do the race swap rather than tell a new fairy tale with Halle Bailey, she then had to deal with a huge amount of backlash, which I'm sure did get personal in her inbox, with some, not most fans, but some fans, maybe attacking her personally in the DMs. And that's just unfair towards a young lady who is only trying to do the best she can in her career and life, so it's hard for me to see the upside in the decision to do these race swap live action remakes, because no one will ever look at them as the original, and it will always be some version of a great story for diversity's sake, rather than a new great story that happens to be diverse. And it's always going to divide the audience, and it's always going to pin people against each other, where they're going to argue and bicker in the comment section online, and it's only going to cause more division amongst moviegoers rather than bringing us all together. And so I really don't see how this Snow White movie can be saved financially with any amount of apologizing or justification or even reshoots, because honestly at this point, if they went back and reshot the exact same story with no differences to the original, it still wouldn't be as successful as they first hoped, because the backlash has gotten way too big, and the audience is just too divided at this point, and it's hard to see this movie ever crossing $1 billion.
Yeah, they should just cancel the movie, honestly. There's no point. There's already like a Brett Cooper version coming out. I'll watch that shit, honestly, instead of this fucking trash, if I'm being honest with you.
Dollars at the box office, which it almost needs to do in order to make a single dollar of profit.
But the gross expense on this film is going to approach $400 million US. Whew. Guaranteed, we're looking at a $400 million movie here. Not because there's $400 million worth of production value in this, but it's because this movie was so effed up from day one and performed so badly and pissed off so many people. Disney recognized their audiences were going to run out the door, and they made a decision, apparently, to say, well, we are going to have to throw some good money after bad here, because we cannot afford to have a flop with a movie that says Snow White on it. And I don't blame them. I think that's part of their thinking.
And I think another challenge that
That movie's probably not even gonna go over fucking 100 million, honestly. I think it's gonna do worse than the Joker, if I'm being honest with you. Because the Joker, it did pretty fucking bad. I'm pretty sure it did worse than Morbius. And people were just like still curious because they wanted to, like, they didn't know what they were getting into. But like Disney, for this movie, they're just saying a bunch of shit that makes nobody wants to go see the movie and stuff like that. So this movie's gonna do fucking horrible. I hope it does horrible, honestly. I really hope so.
Disney's about to face
If it crosses
right
over,
now is
if it crosses over 50 million, I'll be very disappointed, honestly. I'm praying for this downfall of the movie, honestly.
the fact that there's still a few months to go before this movie does get released, which means there's going to be hundreds of interviews with Rachel Zegler, Gal Gadot, and everyone involved in this project, and those
I don't know if it's true, but I heard some YouTubers said that Rachel Zegler was fucking fired, which I hope that's true, honestly, from Disney. I don't know if that's true or not. I think the YouTuber was fucking lying to me, but I don't know.
interviews are going to be heavily watched and heavily scrutinized by many people just because the fan base is so divided and the backlash has gotten so big. Because I don't think there's anything you can say at this point to save this movie, and I don't think there's going to be a single interview that they can do that is going to change the minds of the people who don't want to watch this film, and there won't be a single word or sentence that Rachel Zegler can say that won't be heavily analyzed.
Brash, abrasive, outspoken Zegler is gone now, and in her place is a quiet, thoughtful, humble young woman who has nothing but praise and reverence for the story of Snow White.
Cartoon was made 85 years ago, and therefore it's extremely dated when it comes to the ideas of women being in roles of power.
7 months later.
The cartoon is so beloved. It's like a monumental moment in film history. Yeah. It's like the first feature-length cartoon movie, to the point where it won honorary Oscars, and all of these amazing things that have happened for that film are the reason that you and I really get to sit here today, because it made Disney what it is.
Wow, that's quite the turnaround, eh?
And I just don't
They
see
clone her or some shit?
any way that Disney's going to be able to spin the narrative around this film with just a few months to go. So I don't know about this movie, but what are your thoughts for the film? How much money do you think it will make at the box office in the end? And does it stand any chance of making a profit? Let me know down below.
Hopefully not. The Rachel Zegler effect, I don't care what they do with the movie. That's why I'm not watching it, me too. The more I see Rachel Zegler, the less I want to see Rachel Zegler. She just comes across as a spiteful, hateful person with your sense of the time. Yeah. There's literally nothing they can do to win me back. I'm done. I'm moving on. Place like Rachel Zegler to save this movie. It's literally that, honestly. I think they replace her. If they replace her, I guarantee you they will make definitely more money than they are going to make. If they cancel this movie and just replace everything, actually bring some fucking gnomes or midgets or whatever, replace the CGI fucking midgets with actual fucking actors, and replace Rachel Zegler, I think this movie will actually fucking bang, honestly. It'll be actually pretty good. Better, at least, because I know it's still gonna be ass, because it's fucking Disney. And they were fucking woke as shit. But it's still gonna be better, honestly, if they replace her. Definitely will make more money. Oh god. But yeah, wait. Disney brought this upon themselves. Disney wanted to play that, then we pulled it. They wanted to be the Vision Congress, and features of it. It would be better for Disney to just, one of the mistakes they promised to do better in the future. But their Herbies and self-promotions would never allow them to do this shit. Yeah. They just have such high egos and stuff like that. They just think they're always right. It doesn't matter how much of a flop their shows hits or movies hits, they're always gonna think that they're in the right and stuff. It's just like, bruh, I'm just praying on their downfall. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, I'll see you guys next time. I'll be definitely keeping up on this fucking update on this fucking. I'll definitely keep up on updates on this drama, honestly. Holy fucking shit, bro. Let me add another one. Holy fuck. Yo, not even 100 fucking. Bro, not even a fucking 100K likes. This movie is gonna flop so fucking hard, I'm telling you. Bro, look at this. Let me see the Joker trailer. Joker 2 trailer. Let's compare. The Joker trailer has more views. Yeah, nobody's gonna fucking pirate or anything on this movie. Dude, if you're gonna watch this movie, just fucking pirate it. Just pirate it, honestly. Like, literally. Just text me, I will send you a fucking link. 30 minutes. See. Holy shit. And this movie did worse than Morbius in the box office? Bro, this is looking bad, bro. This is looking fucking horrible for fucking Disney. Look at the likes, the views, more likes. And this did way worse in fucking theaters than Morbius? Are you serious? Bro, Snow White is gonna do fucking horrible at this point, bro. I feel like people are just gonna watch it just to fucking hate on it if that's the case. But that's fucking horrid right there. That's crazy. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye. Like and subscribe for more.